And our other big story tonight, live at 5, hundreds of Georgia National Guardsmen and women are headed to the nation's capital.
Their assignment to help with what the Trump administration calls a crackdown in D.C., a crime crackdown in D.C. Atlanta News First, Tracy A. McPeer is live at the National Guard Armory in Kennesaw. And Tracy, some Georgia troops, they are already there, right?
That's right. And right now, the Georgia National Guardsmen already in Washington, D.C. are serving in support roles. But this next, much larger group will have a different mission. Today, I spoke with Colonel William Cox with the Georgia National Guard, who tells me 16 guardsmen arrived this week for those support roles. But the group announced today of approximately 300 soldiers will replace service members who have been there since the start of the mission, almost a month ago. Now, the Georgia National Guard will join 7 other states and over 2,200 guardsmen serving with Joint Task Force DC to provide a visible presence to support law enforcement and deter crime. Colonel Cox tells me their specific tasks will vary based on the needs of law enforcement partners, and personnel may be armed consistent with their training and depending on the mission. Now, the governor's office tells me that right now there are a lot of logistical things that need to be worked out, but this group that they announced today should be in D.C. by the end of the month. Reporting live from Kennesaw, I'm Tracy A. McPeer, Atlanta News First.